playoff action is here. Although we aren't in the Triple C of the Cobourg Community Center, Kodiaks country has expanded out to Port Hope here at the Jack Berger Sports Complex. It's game one, best of 5, here in the quarterfinals. Oakville Rock are in the house, Scott Arnold, a team that the Cobourg Kodiaks not just beat once, but twice over the regular season, and they're hoping to keep those brooms here for the playoffs.
Yeah, Oakville started off great. They were 4-0 to start the season, then went 0-7 to finish the year, including a loss against the last place Brampton Excelsiors on Monday. So we'll see what kind of team Oakville shows up with here tonight. Nick Rose is in net, coming off his National Lacrosse League Goaltender of the Year award. So that's a guy who you need him between the pipes to play an entire 60 minutes. But Cobourg on the other side knows that if they can get to him early, then that could spell trouble for the netminder at the other end. Talking to a lot of the Cobourg Kodiaks, coaching staff and players, they're fired up. The other side as well, the Oakville Rock obviously fired up too to come in here, and this is what everybody plays for. I kept hearing that sentiment over and over, is this is why we play playoffs.
Over to Anderson. Anderson had an impressive sophomore year. In 10 games, he had 13 goals to lead the team, as well as 13 assists, and here he goes in, and the Cobourg Kodiaks score 1-0 here in game one of the postseason.
And he had no defenders near him once he got towards the net, but you see him just picking up speed. He's kind of jogging down. He's surveying the situation, looks towards the far side. He has both Oakville defenders thinking maybe he's going to pass to someone coming off the bench. You can see the far side, everyone coming out for the offense. Anderson isolated on the near side, and he just blows by his man.
Excelsiors, it was just the second win of the season for the Excelsiors as Burkhoff goes in and scores. Oh me, oh my, Dustin Burkhoff. He only had 1 goal in the regular season. He's got one here in the playoffs.
Well, not 1 goal he had during the regular season. That was a game-winning goal. This one's huge. You can see his teammates just flank him as soon as that goes in, but you don't see Burkhoff in the offensive zone too often. A fantastic scoop. That ball was loose. He reached in, was able to grab that and take it down all the way.
Marinier, first one to the biscuit, has Domini with him to the right side. Marinier fires it and scores! Marinier getting in on the threat. Burkhoff had 1 goal in the regular season, got his first of the postseason. Marinier only had 1 goal in the regular season. Now he has his first of the postseason.
Yeah, you're seeing defenders in the offensive zone just taking off on transition. This is similar to the Burkhoff one, except Marinier was a little further back into the zone. He's on the wrong side of the floor, so a bit of a tough angle as well, and he's looking over his shoulder. So Rose, the defender in between, has to be thinking Marinier's going far side. Well, he did, but it was far side top corner instead of a pass.
A 3-0 lead here at Port Hope. Make it 4, as I believe that's a second helping for Mr. Anderson, a gentleman that had a 6-point performance and a hat trick in the last game of the regular season.
As Anderson continues to rack up the points, and this all starts by some nice ball movement. You see Anderson go far side, he plugs the middle lane, sets a pick, spins off that, and then a nice underhand shot beats Rose.
Close, 3/4 of them. As finally Oakville gets on the board, who else? Andrew Q with 18 goals over the regular season.
And we knew we were going to see Andrew Q score tonight. We just didn't know when and how soon. He's had a couple opportunities already, and he's just set up perfectly in that shooter position on the near side. No defender near him when he gets the pass. He's got an option. If a defender does drive out to him, he'll either throw back to the top or down to Hendricks at the bottom. Nobody came out. A lot of these offensive settings for the Rock.
There's Grennan now. He passes over to Sykes and scores. The gentleman that came over in the Tyler Hendricks trade has the apple, and Sykes gets on the board.
Sykes has an assist in this game already, so that'll give him 2 points. And you see how spread out he is. He's waiting way over to the side for that pass, and then Brennan is able to dish it over to him as he sneaks in uncontested.
Orlman instead will find Stone Jacobs, who gallops down the field. They shoot, they score. Jeremy Phoenix, top cheddar, because it tastes better.
And again, it's that transition game for the Kodiaks. As soon as that shot's taken from the Rock at the other end, you just see Cobourg take off. They've got 2 guys streaking up the floor, the other 3 going to the bench to get the offensive guys out. Just kind of jogging though, because they know that Phoenix has a good scoring opportunity. They don't need to line change after all, as Phoenix finds the back of the net.
Gratuitous bounce off the melon. As ripping this one top shelf is Brock Haley. The hometown kid will not be denied here in Port Hope, Ontario on your Wednesday night.
Once again, the play starts with Grennan on the near side. He draws the defenders his way, and you'll see the finish from Haley. He's looking right now. He's got the ball. This is the entire play in its sequence. Ball eventually goes over to Grennan, who's got that one-on-one game if he wants to. A pick comes over for him. He slides over, dishes to Haley for an absolute laser.
Final games going on in the MSL, as well as the Brooklyn lacrosse team. I believe they're playing Brampton as Oakville scores, and it is their top goal scorer from the regular season.
Oakville obviously needed that one as they're trying to claw their way back in. A nice little shuffle on the near side and a pass to Lanchbury. Watch him sneak in. You'll just see the white jersey. He comes off a half a pick, doesn't fully set it, and then gets it at the top of the crease.
It's got to be kind of an interesting mentality to play your old team in the first round of the postseason, as Saris has his first MSL goal of his playoff career.
He gets his first goal of this game to go along with an assist he had earlier. Anderson on the near side and all the way through traffic to that far side. That's a risky pass through traffic. It'll be an over and back call, giving things to Oakville.
As Sam English not wanting to waste any time, he's going to go short-handed and score.
Yeah, and you see the referees are blowing things in quick. That's one of the rules that was implemented a few years ago, and that's why we were seeing those delay of game penalties. If anyone stands in front of the man when he's about to pick up the ball off an over and back or possession call or anything like that, now the refs just blow it in. No one can be in front, and you can just see how much space he actually had.
The Kodiaks, right off the bench, it's Anderson. Anderson goes low and scores! The hat trick for Mr. Anderson. Back-to-back games with a hat trick. Last game of the regular season, first one of the playoffs.
And you'll see it just barely trickling by Rose. You see everyone's going for a line change, and here's at the other side. Anderson had just come on the floor, gets the pass, and then he's able to bury that through. He has just enough room where he could throw a few fakes if he wanted to.
Oakville Rock as a team, Scott, have 3 shorthanded goals, and Dominic has 3 as an individual, as Brock Haley to Saris, and they roll this one down on the floor, and either way, it's a perfect 10 on the board for the home team.
And that's what the Kodiaks were hoping for, is to get on Konstopoulos early. He's a big goaltender. He plays the angles very well. When you're an outside shooter, you can't see too much of the net, but when a goalie has that size, shoot low, good things usually happen, and you see the underhand shot right there rolls through.
Master change, though, by Oakville forces the turnover the other way. 2-on-1. Lanchbury shoots and scores.
This is how it all developed. So you can see Romanchuk loses the ball, tries to save the over and back, realizes it's over right now, but doesn't want to get in the way because it's going to be a delay of game penalty if he does. So he's got to let Oakville pick the ball up.
The matter, I think that was Hendricks. Rebound picked it up. Now Sam English. Great ball move, only 3 seconds left on the possession, and they make it count. Marley Angus, a little tic-tac-toe action.
And they do it again, so we'll be back to 5-on-5, but a nice pass from behind the net. You don't see too many guys set up behind the net anymore, and that was just a perfect play because you have to be aware as Marley Angus hanging on to that ball. He could go either way, and he makes that perfect dish right to the side.
Haley takes a whack. Make that 3 from McConnell. Still got the shot off. It squeaked through the goalie, but the rebound was there, and they score. Woods had a wide open cage after the rebound squeaked through the Rock goaltender, and he managed to beat Ty Argent to the empty net.
Topless, he's a big body, so when he goes down at the side of the net like that, it's tough to recover. He makes the initial save and then gets tripped up trying to go for that loose ball behind the net. The ball was already moved to the other side, and it goes into Aaron Woods' stick, who just goes right over, and you see uncontested, no defenders on Woods.
Billy Angus coming off of the bench. Angus provides Hendricks a bit of a pick. Orelman thought he had a piece of it, but it wasn't enough. And his former teammate in Tyler Hendricks has Oakville back in it.
Anytime Cobourg gets a goal, Oakville getting right back into it. This is a good second period for the Rock. And now you'll see the former Cobourg Kodiak, that heavy overhand shot. Hendricks has size, he has reach, he knows if he shoots overhand, he can get that over top of any defender. And here's how Orlerman saw it. A lot of traffic in front of him, and you could only get eyes on it at that last second.
5 games before being traded over to Oakville. as wow, back-to-back jacks from Jack Follows, who had 2 goals in the regular season.
Yeah, that goal coming right off the ensuing face-off. And again, here's from behind Orleman to see how he saw it. A 2-on-1 and a smart play. Marinier was coming in to break up the 2-on-1 to make it 2-on-2.
Seconds left on this possession for the visitors here, who trail by 4. Orleman makes the stop. The rebound, though, is craftily put into the cage. Ty Argent.
We'll have to take a look at that. Orleman thought it was crease. He reacted right away, and we'll see how this all developed. There's the shot, and then the rebound comes out, and tough to see from that angle, but referee was right there. He's got a great look at it, and here's exactly how his angle was. And you see he tiptoed and danced his way right outside the crease. That's a clean goal.
Into the wall, though, by Braedon. Braedon got the ball back. Braedon takes the shot. Stop. Saris with the rebound. Scores!
And that one coming just 40 seconds after the Oakville Rock goal. So the Kodiaks don't waste any time getting that one back. And it's Grennan on the initial shot, and then a rebound right to Saris, who's waiting at the side of the net. And you'll see exactly how this kind of developed. Grennan looking for that bottom corner, a nice lag save, and then the top of the cage was open for Saris.
35 points with his 27 assists. Orleman down in his net, has to get up but couldn't in time, and that's going to count. I talked about how many times he was being denied. He's not denied this time. Josh Dawick is on the board.
As long as the referee deems that that ball would have crossed where those posts were, then it's a clean goal, and that one clearly would have found its way into the net. And you see the net get knocked off there, and it's right on the inside of the post that didn't move.
Still impressive for Josh Dawick to find a hole here when you consider, yeah, Orleman was out of position on his keister, but watch, he gets his stick up into that top corner. I thought he covered enough of the angle, but didn't.
Neither team is going to change the way they're playing. It's just going to be some hard lacrosse here down the stretch on both sides.
Anderson scores! Man, he put the shoulder down, created his own separation, and has his 4th goal of the game.
Nice outside shot, and a big goal for Cobourg after that goal from Dawick just moments ago. And you can see Anderson way outside, a little bit off balance, but still elects to take that shot. And that is just a nice play, a little bit of a screen through the defender as well.
It's obviously going to put more and more pressure like a deep water submarine as Haley scores. The pressure has gotten to Oakville as it is Haley extending the lead here with 6:28 on the board.
They didn't have much time on the shot clock to get something going, but Haley, he was able to skip his way through, goes from a standstill, does a bit of a stutter step, and then cuts towards that net. And here's a great angle. You see him, the one-on-one game. Everyone just lets him stay isolated to the near side. You see a pick right at the end that was nowhere near affecting the play or anything like that. The only other thing is Evan Konstopoulos, the goaltender, he's a big-sized goalie. He's very tall in there, so he might have been baiting him, and this scores anyway.
Through.
And we'll see exactly how the goaltender saw this one. You can see all the action in front of him. His eyes are to the right side where the ball is, and then all of a sudden another screen shot,
no.
And he thought he had it, and it just trickles all the way through to the back of the net.
Cobourg looking to get to a 1-0 series advantage here in the best of 5 with Game 2 taking place on Friday night, and they just might have done it right there. The nail in the coffin, as now they have 16 on the board.
No time for a comeback at this point of the game. And the Cobourg Kodiaks making a statement in this one. And once again, it's Woods jumping up and getting that shot off.
And a wise decision to give him that one start, knowing that you don't want to prepare for it, but you have to be prepared for it if you need him. The hat trick is his. Aaron Woods joins his teammates in David Anderson and Brock Haley.
17 on the board, and what a play by Saris. He goes out to the top, brings the defenders back his way, and that leaves a clean lane for Woods down the middle.
The Kodiaks win. The Kodiaks win. A franchise record. 17 goals on the board. They obliterate the Oakville Rock by 8 in a 17-9 game and take Game 1 of a best of 5 here on your TV.
That's a big win to set the tone. We mentioned they're not at their home arena. They're 10 minutes down the highway here in Port Hope, and they wanted to send a message that home barn or not, this is our territory, and that was a statement victory.
Bye.